Okay. Oh, hang on. Have I got the filter on this one? Apparently I do. Okay. So when the hell did I stream this stuff last? It was a while back, wasn't it? So I'm not doing Project Starlight stuff. Said I wasn't going to be doing that for a while. Is that right? I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to just do standard bit of modding. I will be adding stuff to it as I'm working on it. So you'll see like a multiple different set of windows going up as I'm working. Because I need to get this room working in my mod. Because that's what I've been working on. This is what's been stressing me out the past few weeks. Among other things, anyway. So, you can probably figure out, like, what area this is. Because it's pretty straightforward as to where it is. It's getting it in-game that's been the absolute pain in the ass for me. So, no, I want the texturing on, even though I'm still trying to finish this room off. So, I need to do the re-renderings, and then I have to export the camera data. The RVD data, then piss around with this in Redux and get it in game. See if I can do that in this stream anyway. So let me just add this in here. Go. That's the one I'll add. I'll have that there. Should have really done it with 360 by 240, but not 320 by 240, but I'll do it 640 by 480 and just downgrade. It's not even finished, this room. It's not even finished. I've not finished the texturing on it, but I need to get it in so that I can start writing all the cutscene data and the script data for the room. So that's another thing that's taken me forever and why I've not been doing it, because I've been writing my own tool to do this, as I've said, and it's getting this all to work. It's been an absolute pain in the ass. So that's the first render done. I'll just set that 0, 0 for now. So I've got about, I think it's 4 angles that are going to be useful. Because the problem with this road, in this in particular road, is it's only available in an FMV, and it's kind of hard to try to debate where the hell it's going to be in the map. So I'm going in blind with this, so I can got a little bit of interpretation, I can go wherever I want with it, and I'm going to, because nobody knows where the hell it goes. So, and because I've learned how to actually do door triggers without actually having a door sequence load, because there is a way to do it, I'm going to have these as just no door loading sequence. You're just going to just walk through it, click the trigger, end up at another part of the room. So in this case, you'll end up on another street somewhere. Where that street is, I don't know, because I've not even started writing up the mapping for it yet. It's somewhere. So I'll just save that one now. So yeah, the issue initially with this was that I moved the cameras from where the initial start spawn point is, and you can't technically change the spawn point for the character spawning again on room 1000, which is the starting point of the game. So I've had to work within the confines of where the spawn point is. I mean, there is ways of doing it, but I just can't be bothered with it. I would just rather it be in the same spot and I just work within the confines and then build off that. Any other room has been absolutely fine. but the starting area, and I hate it so much. But that's just the way the starting area is. You can't define the spawn point like you can with an actual door trigger. It just says, right, this is where it is in the executable, this is where the character's going to spawn after the FMV, this is where it is. We've got no control over it. So this has got nothing to do with Project Starlight. This is my actual own little side project I'm doing. Just so I can understand how scripting works in game. So that when, like I've explained, we get to Project Starlight again, I'm not just doing background renders, I can do a bit of scripting as well, so then it'll just be done quicker. So it's like an advantage for you guys, because it means you'll be able to play it quicker, because I'll actually be able to script stuff in my head. And developing the tool I'm doing as well is helping with that. But I still need to do a lot more work with that. Because at the moment it can do very basic things, so it can create... I think I know I've got a tutorial I'm going to release soon, but I need to upgrade the tool a little bit more, but it can create text triggers. I know I've shown it on the stream, but it's like an older version. There's a few more things I've added in now. Excuse me. So it can do, you know, text triggers, it can create new ones, you can create new sets of text with it. Create new enemy triggers, door triggers, and it's all simplified so you can read and understand what each one of the byte offsets is and what it does and why they're there. So it's just to make this easier. But it's also when I've got everything done with that tool, it's easy for everybody else to just start modding, so... But it's getting there. And slowly try to build this bloody room up. I guess I'm going to be showing a lot of Bioclone Redux stuff today. Because camera's fine, I can get them imported, but it's all the RVD data, the collision data, has to all be completely redone. How fun that's going to be. I shouldn't even be giving these like proper renderings at the moment. I should just be giving them as box standard, but frig it. And I was thinking of like pinching survivors style things. You'll pick up a key on this street, and depending on which door you unlock, it obviously will be a one-use key, so you won't be able to do the other one, but I'm debating that at the moment. I'm literally debating it. Might just make it so you just make a decision, you go into a door, and then as you try to come back out, it won't let you do it. It's the same thing, just without picking up a pissing key. And then progressing to where the story needs to go, which I kind of already shown with the teaser trailer. But I haven't shown up to the building blocks to get there yet, which is what this is. So there'll be so much, so this stuff will be redone by the end of it, but I need to get it built, if you know what I mean, in terms of the game space. I need to get that in. Yeah, I can do up to 0.4 because 0.5 is completely out of bounds. I wasn't thinking straight when I was doing it, and I should know better. So I've explained this a million times in the past. You've got a restriction of like 32 thou by negative 32 thou in the game space, and that's all you've got to work with for a room. So because this is a big area, it takes up the entirety of the bloody thing, which means I'm going to have to get a little bit more creative for this room, but it also means that you can essentially compact rooms to save space, so you can have multiple rooms in one RDT, as it were, so you're not taking up all the space. But again, it's getting to that point and building everything up, so I'm just rambling with this one at the moment. Just still to finish texturing and modelling stuff. And like I said, the FMV can only give me so much to work with, because a lot of it is just split-second frames, because I've gone through the entire FMV frame by frame, because I've extracted them all with VLC. It doesn't give you a lot to work with. What I've got here is only because I've looked at the FMV so many times and can like pinpoint things and build stuff from it. This is all I've got though. So anyway, I've got those renders done. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extract the camera data. Yeah, the camera data needs to be extracted, so let me just do that. So, export the rids, and I'll just dump that on the desktop. I'm not even going to try and do the RVD for this, because I'll just do that in BioClone. And I've just completely minimised it, haven't I? What a dickhead I am, right. Oh no, what's happened to the render thing? What the freak? No, okay, fine. I'll leave you there then. Right. Because I've now organised this whole inside of OBS, which is where I do all my streaming from, I'm now going to set up like an individual thing so that if it's only for this, I can enable certain things. If people have done the streaming, you'll understand what it means. So I can enable what I need to enable, basically. So I'm going to do one for BioClone Redux now and bring all these renders in. Why didn't it support 640 by 480? Why did I have to render them at that high quality? Oh, that's why, because I'm crazy. So I'm going to open this up now. In fact, I'm going to open up both folders because I'm going to need... I need to sort this desktop out by the end of next year as well because I have got too much crap on it that I can never find anything. So I'm looking for the shortcut for... not Fallout 4. That's the one. Right, so put that there. I'm going to open up BioClone Redux. Okay. And then obviously set up a new window capture for it. Inside this particular folder I've got. Oh. Well, I'm confused. Which one are you? Ah, shit. Well, something's capturing it. What have I got to do? Go through every single bloody one now? I wonder if it's window capture 5. 5. Fine, I'll leave it in that one. Now where it's at then. Right. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of window capture 6 for now. And dump this back in that folder so I know where that's at. Right. So first things first, I need to compile this, don't I? Should be able to shut that down without much of an issue because you can still see that. Right, so I need to... First things first, put that RVD data in where I need it because I've adjusted that. So... Get me my mod folder. 1000 camera. Yes, replace that one because this is updating new camera angles. So I need to minimize you. I just want to assemble inside of here. Reassemble room 1000. Get me updated RDT. And now I need to do some quick conversions in Photoshop just so I can get these renders in. Knew I shouldn't have a 640 by 480, but you know, that's just me in a nutshell, isn't it? So from 0 to 4. Let's put the black background on these because I don't need... just change the image size. Won't do any detailing or anything, I'll just save as is. give me a second. I should have really just kept them at 320 by 240 to begin with. Find the camera 0. Right, keep that in there. Right, I need to rename these. Let's move that over a bit. In fact, that shouldn't affect where that comes up, does it? No, it's fine. Right. That shows 0.3. Shit. Okay. Control X store. Drop that in there. Replace those files. Right, so I just want to go open. Open up room 1000. 3D view. Perfect. So now I've got to change these angles. As you can see, it's using like the older ones. This is not the room it's going to be using now. This is the original 1000. This is going to be a completely different number when I'm done. So I need to go back to these. And I need to adjust everything here. This is where the fun part begins. So I need to get the editor up. Right, camera's fine. I need to adjust my collision triggers, don't I? This is going to be fun. Right. Collision triggers. Okay, right, we'll start with that one. So where's that in here? Right. Tell you what I need to do. I need to get rid of zones. I just need to... Should be able to do it with the block data as well, shouldn't I? Yeah, I want that off because I want to be able to see what the hell I'm doing. The lights there? Yeah, just turn them off. They're annoying me. Sprites, effects, sprite, collision. There should be nothing in the scripts because I've cleaned those. Zones I won't need yet. Floor, that's what it is. I want that removed, so I only want collisions on. I only want to see the collision data. That'll make it so much easier to understand where the hell I'm going. So this is what I mean, like camera 5 is way off here, where the SWAT van is, and it's not going to work. I'm going to have to like do a trigger for it. Jump to another bloody room altogether. What a cluster frig this room has been. Right, so first things first, giving me collisions. I'm going to push these back a bit, I think. Got a lot to bloody piss around with here. Right. First thing first, I'm going to move that one. So, move that crosswards. I'm going to put this... Excuse my bloody stomach. Brain just went completely mad then. I'm going to put that there temporarily. Where's that one at? Yeah. I need to move this one. I don't need to assemble. I can move this off the grid though, that's alright. Because I don't need that. So this is just where the fun begins, because it means I'm manually having to do all the collision data again. And because I need to fit it in, I mean, you should already figure it out that this is the starting area for scenario A, because this is the whole little run around gun shops here. But we're modifying it for our own needs, so... Oh, hang on, what was that one? Collision 1's that one. Okay. Need to do some adjustments with this one. So if I just move it up here a bit, that can become the collision for the bank. Okay. Now I want to shrink that collision there and just make it so that it's right at the end, but it's not as wide. So you've got a little bit more manoeuvre to go through. So I need to figure out what bloody number you are now. Collision 20, so I just want to change the depth on this one. The width, my mistake. I'm going to make this as thin as I can. Just so you've got more space to walk around, basically. So I'm going to push that as furthest as I can, right up to where the grid is. So this is built exactly the same way as I've now got it in Maya, so... I've explained this in the past, but if you run across this grid, you kind of spawn back the other way. It's kind of like Pac-Man, how it works. But then it all goes topsy-turvy and all tits up and nothing works properly because your character kind of like spawns a little bit further up and then nothing can actually attack them until they run into enemies. It's weird. So I want that as far as possible there. Well, Christ, if I've got that there, I need to change the position of that now, don't I? Curses. Right. Right. I'm going to move you. I think I'm just going to move it out a bit, I think. If I find out how big this road is and it's way huge, I'm going to be like, yeah, well, I need to put enemies in it now, don't I? The thing is, you can't rotate these as well, otherwise it just make my life so easier. You just cannot rotate the collisions. So the only way I could do it is if I shrink it. Which I think I'm going to do, just literally, so I can push it out. As it were. Yeah, that'll do. Push that out. Hell, I could even put it in the collision, but I need to know it's going to be going all the way up correctly up that straight. This is where the tedious process comes. You think this is the easy, hard part, but no, that's scripting. This is the easy part. For me, anyway. Right. So you see what I mean? How this is the edge of the bloody playfield and the render keeps going on because, well, I'm not an idiot. It's just a case of, it's just a pain in the ass. I think it's because, you know, when you build stuff like I do, you want every little detail to be completely there. I mean, I've not even finished those buildings there yet, but that's the way I am. So I should really push that all the way up, because that's where the end point is. So you're not even going to be able to, like, reverse things correctly. Yeah. It's absolute pain in the backside coming to do this stuff, but anyway, that's why we do it. So we can have fun with it. Right. Yeah, don't want to do that. Just want to increase the width of it. No, no, not off the screen. Right. So I'm going to push that up. I don't know how far it's going to be in the space, so probably to about here. Oh my god, where did it go? Oh my god. Oh! Oh, because that's the highest we can go in the depth. I see. Right. That'll do for that one then. This is going to be a cluster friggin' it. Right. Yeah, but you see, like I said, that's there. You could probably push it up a little bit, actually. See, the thing is with me, I'm more used to doing it inside of Maya as I'm doing the room building, because you can import the collisions for it, but this program is incompatible with what I do, so I have to, like, do it this way now. Push up a bit. Push it to there, that's basically where it is. I need to put another collision there. Need to push that one up a bit as well, so if I just increase the depth. Maybe just move this that way a bit. So basically, character will just walk up this little bit of the road here, well, it's the pavement, and then go into another street, but I haven't got all that built yet. This is how it works. This is how we develop mods. We don't build everything because we build it in our heads and then we try and put it into the actual engine, and it's like, it can't do it. Go figure. Right. So that one is camera 1. Camera 2. Right. So I need to add a few more of these collisions here, don't I? It's lucky for me that some of these are in a good position, but others are going to be an absolute pain. This is what I mean, but there's no enemies that are going to spawn here, so, as stupid as that might sound, that isn't the reason why I want enemies on this room. Because the block data for this would be an absolute clusterfuck, and I ain't doing that. So there'll be no enemies here, per se. At least not yet. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Right. Instead of buggering around, let's just get on getting these collisions figured out. Yeah, so this one, I'm going to increase the depth a little bit. And the width. Try and make this the car. Problem is trying to figure out where the hell it is in proximity, innit? Because you can probably notice it's on an angle. We do have angled like things, but I'm not going into that. It'll drive me mad. This is what I mean about how I wish I could just rotate the collision, but then it wouldn't bloody work. Then you could just rotate a little bit. Doesn't work though, I've tried. Does not like it. There are very specific things it does not like, and that's like one of the many things it doesn't like. Yeah. Right, okay, so what I can do with this is push that back, which will cover those buildings there. So let me just get that collision up and running again. That's it. So I just want to drag that across here for now. That's where that's going to be. Might need to shrink it and adjust it as I'm working now, because I'm pretty sure they're pushing more. Excuse me, my stomach is just playing up like I've said. Right, that I'm going to push all the way to the end where that camera is, so that you can't actually walk out of bounds. So work within the restrictions is the word I'd call it. So again, I'll do this as small as I can make it, so that won't be too much. Perfect. Increase the width, depth for this. Excuse me. So that's that done. Solid time starting to take shape. Excuse me. Right, if that's there, I need to move that. So if I decrease the depth that this thing has, and then just move it around and put that somewhere else. That's that one. So that street's now completely ready to be used. I just need to get these collisions off it. So I'll just move those. I was going to leave it in there for now. Move that one out. Use that as a lamppost, I think. Since I've got a couple of them you run past. Right. 1, 2, but right. What is up with my stomach today? I have no idea. Yeah, I knew I'd have to change that, because that's definitely need to change it, because I forgot about the barricade. This one you're not even going to be able to get to, which is why the camera angle hasn't been adjusted. Hey, hey, hey. Right, I do need to move that down. Do that one again. So I need to adjust. It would have to be the depth, wouldn't it? Right. What I can do then is just grab another one and just push that one underneath it, and that should work. Right. It's gonna be fun. Right. Do that there. So I need to just change the depth, the width. No. Gonna be a pain in the ass, aren't you? I just realised how big this street actually is, and it's like, why are there no enemies on this street? Why? Because the block data is going to be an absolute pain in the ass to build. That's why. Right, so that's clashing with that, so that means I can't go across there. I will do, if I can get the right collision highlighted, is do that one, push it up. Not that way, the other way. So I shall push that one up to there, just to make it coherent to there. I'm going to move this here. It's winding me up a bit. So I'm going to move that down a bit. Probably use it for another squad car, knowing me. Why do I have a horrible feeling that's the one I've just done? No, it's not the one I've just done. Alright then, fair enough. Right. I need to have one behind it, don't I? Shit. Right. That might need to be a diagonal, and we can do diagonal ones, which is good. I'm going to need a diagonal, I think, for that one. Let's use that one. Okay. So, let's say, probably that one. Maybe not, leave it the other way. Potentially that one. Was it Nanami? Was it that one, or was it another one I'm thinking of? It's not a Korban. That's the one. And that's what we'll use. Right. So let's just apply this one to the other squad car, if I can get it in the right position. Because I'm going to be pissing around with this for quite a bit until I get these collisions to be exact. Then I can get the scripting done for it. Because there's no doors here. You can't just... As soon as you spawn in, there's no doors. There's no way to escape unless you do room jumping. And that's because I need to get the scripting down as well. Because I need to know what's going to be in here. Where these doors are going to trigger to. So that's going to be fun to do. Doing these next sets of streets and buildings and stuff. Don't scratch the surface yet. Right, now let's have a look in 3D where that is. Totally not even in the right place. Right, push that back a bit. Perfect. Right, so if I just Mm. It should do. But I don't think that's correct, is it? Because there's definitely space in there for that squad car. Because it's that one, isn't it? Yeah. So not that much space though. Right, so that's where I'm going to put it for now anyway. For now, anyway, yeah. Do, do, do. Yeah, because that's going to be another door. And that won't happen because it's going to have to be a different room altogether, that one. Thing you do to be very ambitious with your mods, anyway. Might not be able to do it with that one, but let's check. I'm going to get it to be exact. Within like proximity to where it is. You got that one right over there in that corner. This is going to be a challenge in itself, isn't it? Ooh, what that? So this is going to be the other squad car, hopefully. He says. Oh, that's one big ass street, that. Mental, isn't it? Absolutely mental. Okay. That might actually be better if I do it as a... Yeah, that one actually. To make it bigger. Okay, hopefully that's right, he says. That one I'm going to change into a box and have that one up there blocking that off. Okay, that's fine. Let's block that off. So obviously there'll be a door trigger there. There's going to be one big one fucking here, because that's going to be the other part of the road, and there'll be one down here. So there's like 3 areas to go in this one street area. Tentatively, because I might change. It might change completely. Depends how I feel. Excuse me. Right, I want to move these. Maybe not on the Z-axis. That's fine for now. Yeah, move that one up a bit as well. I'll push it inside there temporarily, so it's there. Right. That one. Yeah, just push that in that one as well. For now, I'll deal with that. I just want to get the car things down first. Right. So I'm going to save that. It's the SCAs. So that's now saved. So it's not bugging around with camera data, because the cameras are already in there perfect. And now I'm going to do the zones. Oh, this is where the fun begins. How much I love doing RVD data. So camera 0, 1. So push that all the way up. I do need to apologise. I do not know what is up with my stomach today. Right, so I got that there. Push the other one up. Only thinking of masks, because lo and behold, mask data. So it's going to jump from camera 1 to 2. So 2's that one in it. We're changing a lot of these around as well. It's going to be fun. That should be fine then. So I now need to change this to zone 1, which goes to camera 1, which I'm pretty sure is in that corridor area, isn't it? So just move this a bit. That street is massive. Absolutely massive. Push the bottoms up. And just kind of push that along. That'll give it the full walk thing. All this stuff you have to do just to make one of these rooms work. But at least it's a lot easier than what it was years and years ago when we didn't have any of this. So we're like trying to do this spitballing. It's not easy. Nowadays we've got tools like this that just make it that much easier to work with. Make it a bit less jagged. Just drag that along. No, along. Right, let me just check this in 3D. Let's change the entire position of this, won't I? Right, I need to move it that way a little bit. That just seems very weird, doesn't it? Because you're running to here, but it's going to load this up, and that's like... I suppose it's what it's supposed to be. Right, anyway. Camera... We are still on camera 0, aren't we? I want to go to camera 1 now. Right, so I need to move this one up completely. And shrink it down quite a bit. Because we're only focusing on that little bit of the alley, aren't we? So, is it left I need to move? Yeah. Move that in a bit. Not even going to piss around with floor data at the moment, because at the end of the day I just want to get this built and walking around it. I can let the crazy side in and start showing off the bloody tool I've been working on. Those bottom sections up because I only need that alley area. Dipped about there. Do need to change that top section just so it's straight, because otherwise you just have the character disappear and come back again. It's like, yeah. Make that full length for that. So the next zone I need to do is back to 0, isn't it? But I need to view all because I need to know where that one is. Let me try and remember, do I need to make this trigger it? Bear me a minute. I'm trying to remember if I need to make it before it or after. It's before, isn't it? That's what happens. Your brain kind of forgets that you need to have it before the trigger that you're going into, so that when you walk back out of that trigger, it triggers that angle instead. So this one's going to go back to camera 0. So I need to have it in front of there. And I need to shrink it down quite a bit. Again. That's fine, bring that one up too. Again, I have to do some adjustments to this though, so nothing's final for it. This data is still just being worked on because I have a feeling I'm going to need to definitely do some more adjustments. Okay, so what I need to do now is move this one because you're never going to trigger it. So I'm just going to move that here. Completely out of the zone so I can't trigger it. I'm going to admit it's going to look confusing, but when you look at it, and then you can kind of see how it all works, it's like, that's how it does it. It's just very confusing the first time you look at this stuff. So for that, I'm going to have to make the trigger a bit longer on the right. Push that one on the left a bit up, put back. E. Oh, that is right. Right. So that's camera 0 and 1 done. So let's examine camera 2. Now what's camera 2? Alright, camera 2's got quite a bit to show, hasn't it? Let's push the rightmost bits up a bit. So if you're wondering like what these big zone areas are, it's just how much the camera shows. So like if it's a puzzle, for example, the zone is very small because you're only focusing on the objects that you're placing rather than like in a room where there could be items and enemies and stuff. You have it as a much wider angle, and depending on how big the room is, you need to see or show as much or less as you want with these zones because they're the big bits. It's the showing section, as I call it. It's what you want to show or not show. So because it's a big street, I want to be able to show everything. Yeah. But I also want to be able to do it if I do sprites, in case I have characters that are running past that might not be enemies, so you can actually see them rather than them just randomly appearing out of nowhere. So the logic is there. It's just making sure it's all there, if that makes sense. So I'll just push that a little bit past where the alley is. And then just push that up a little bit so that it just covers that area. So the next one is camera 2 back to 1. But the problem is I haven't got a camera 2 back to camera 1, have I? It's got to be camera 2 to 0 and vice versa back. But I can do 2 to 3 because there is going to be a camera 3 trigger. The other thing is I need to figure out where camera bloody 3 is, so potentially where those cars are. That helps a lot actually. Because that's exactly where it is. Well, that's good, isn't it? Right. Just got to make that bigger though, because it needs to cover that whole pissing street. I've got to be careful I don't make it clash with another trigger because that'll break the room, so I need to be careful with this one. I need to shrink it in a bit too, so I'll shrink that in. And then I just need to bring it down a bit more to where that collision is, because again, it's a long straight. It's not just, you know, me doing it for the sake of it. We're going to have to push that a little bit down as well, otherwise character is going to vanish. So if I just go back into that one and just shrink these down a bit. Perfect. I've just realised this is using those cameras, so it'll be fine, won't it? I'm not going to go crazy. Okay, so I can't do anything just yet, so I need to go camera free now. Oh, camera free. What are you going to show me? Lots of shit. Right, I need to really make this big then. It's going to be more or less the whole bloody street, isn't it? It's fine for those because it's the big ones, isn't it? It's the big zones. I'll just push that to there for now. And then just push all that along on the right. You see, it might just make it so that it's up to this point only, but we'll see. So that's up to that point there. With that one. And now I just need to move the left further up to where I made that collision, so that the whole character that's going to be in it, because you're not going to get anywhere. But I will need to put like a text trigger just saying you cannot proceed any further down this road. It's not safe. Because that's just be boring as fuck with the description text. So that's there. So that's to go back to Fruit Zone 2. So I just need to shrinky dink that down a bit and make it bigger. A bit closer. Shit, I'm going to do camera 4. Let's just concentrate on these columns though at the minute. Don't want to jump the gun a little bit, do I? So I just want to make this just a little bit smaller. They're the ones I'll concentrate on for now. So what I'll do is hit save, which saves all this, and I'm going to reassemble this room. Hope it doesn't break it. And it hasn't. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is just paste this updated one in here. I'm now going to copy those 4 renders I've done and put these in BG as well. And I'm now going to test this out in game. So let's try that. trying to think if I've actually got anything showing this one, so let's have a look. Oh, I do. Perfect. Right. Just oh, idiot. That'll teach me. So I'll skip the savoury music. Okay. So as I know, this is the end of the thing, so I have to make it so that the character does that. I think the character's just a little bit smaller for what it should be, but can I do? Oh, yeah, I haven't got a camera trigger for 0 2 have I? This is just the starting point, though. The mask I'll get rid of, but so again, it's blocked off, so I can't go any further than that. So now I need to... I don't really want to go breaking things. It's working! I don't want to break anything else. No. But I've got to break it. Wrong button now. Okay. So back into BioClone. I need to cry because this is going to break everything. So camera 0. So we've got one that triggers there, but now I need to add one more zone into it that triggers into 0 2. And this is where things will probably break. Oh no. Oh no, no, what have I done? No, that's... Keep that to 0. It's the big place, isn't it? That's the one I want to do, so let me just move this. So this is where we are on the slippery slope, because this might just break every fucking thing. Which will make me cry, because I don't really want to be breaking shit. Because this actually reverses it. I don't like it when it does this. I need to flip it back around now. Doo-doo. May also need to switch this round because, if I remember correctly, Z1 needs to be in the left-hand corner. I think. Check. Yeah, it needs to be flipped round. However this works or not, I don't know. I also need to move it, so... So I just need to make this one bigger. Then I'm going to push that back a bit. So maybe push it back to about there. Right. Now the advantage of this is I can just change that to 0 and just change the position of that. Just remembering where the hell that one is, isn't it? Push that down a bit. And I'm going to push it in a bit because it's a bit longer than it needs to be. I'm hoping that'll be fine. Okay. Save. Reassemble. Hope it doesn't break. Hasn't broken it, that's usually a good sign. Let's try again. Triggering. Interesting. Right, let me open it up again, let me check. Ah, that could be why, because it's been set to 0. You want to set it to 2. That explains everything. Let me just... The thing is, if I do this, it's going to put me in the wrong position, isn't it? I don't know where. Rebooting. Perfect. I think I might have definitely made these cars just a little bit too big. That collision's not there. Why can I move that back then? No, I didn't change the positions of those. No. God damn it. Right, I'm going to have to change that now. Right. Back into my editor. Right, I need to change where that is for now. Because that needs to be put in that side of the building, doesn't it? Let's move that there for now. Okay, so I need camera 4 now. Let's set that up though. Let's get the data set up for it anyway. Excuse me, my stomach. Excuse me. Again. So just going to push that in there. So I'll do that one. Right, that's the one that's going to trigger a free, but I need to change positions of this. Change positions of that as well. So if I just save this and reassemble it, and then however it does mean I'm going to have to reboot it again because it's spawning in the wrong position because I modified the executable for that, but only when you do room jump. you can see straight away there's an issue because I can just like walk through there. Oh god, there's so many things I got to do here. Change the floor out bloody positions as well, but I just wanted to get this in. Still don't know why that one hasn't got one. So obviously when I go over here, that'll trigger camera 4. Change positions of collisions there as well. Right, tell you what I'm going to do. Just going to dummy all these masks. Give me 1 minute. One more try at this, even though I know it's working. Just need to get the mask out of the way. Finally, no masks. So I must have that in the wrong position then. To move that. Sometimes it's best to look at it from another point of view as well. So let me just shut this in Prometheus. Yeah, it's because that's pushed out a little bit further, so I have to adjust that too. Yeah, that needs to be pushed further back. Way back. Which I knew it would do. I'm going to modify that now actually. So I just need to push this one up a little bit. So maybe a little bit more. Push it to there. And then I've just realised it's going to put the mask data back in, isn't it? No. Oh dear. Right. Right. So put that in. I'm gonna have to. I suppose I can do the debug jump on this because I'll be able to figure out where it is. But out right inside the collision. No, it's too good now. The trigger's frigged everything up. No. I'm going to have to reset. Ignore the masking, ignore the masking, ignore the masking. Yeah, perfect. Go to there, that's fine. The only thing I've got to do now is fix this because that needs another collision set up. Because that's clearly a little bit further down than the bank. That's where that is, that's where that is. Perfect. Need to put the trigger in for that set of barricades though as well, so that should be the next thing I do. So, not finished with the collisions yet, have we? So, let me just toggle them off a minute. We might be able to use one of these actually. Just change the position of it around. And that's literally all it is, it's just changing position to stuff with collisions and stuff. And when it's all this horrible parts, unscripting's there. Oh, how much I love scripting stuff. I don't really, I hate it, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done for my own sanity. Right. That's a camera 4. Kind of got a rough idea where it is. I wonder if I could do it with a. It is there, but I think I'm gonna have to like make that one bigger than if it isn't working. Do need to do one for the swap van, but I'll do that at a later date. For now, I just want to get this sorted out. Right. So what I now need to do as well is I need to shrink that collision down quite a bit. Oh! Oh no, well I was going to do it anyway, wasn't I? helps me out though, because I know where that barricade is, so... Right, so that's that one done. Push that one up, actually. Put it 20. Okay. Right, I'm going to move that along. So I'll make that a little bit smaller than that one. Move that in back there, isn't it? Okay. So I need to push that all the way up to there. And then change the width on it. Where? That's fine. Just make the depth a little bit more, just so I'm not bloody walking through it. I've got to do it on that side as well, haven't I? Yeah. So in fact I need to push that out a bit actually. Hmm. Give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Bloody belts. Right, what I need to do is try to figure out why the fuck this isn't matching. Why is it not matching? Because they are. I'm very confused. very confused now, actually. Because that is the right position, isn't it? Or am I wrong? I could be wrong, actually. I think I am, actually. That's still wrong, though, because in order for that to fit, it would have to be like that. It's very confusing. That is very, very confusing. Okay, plan B. Let's try creating. Yeah, that camera's out by a bit, isn't it? Or is it? I can never bloody tell with these freaking things sometimes. This is the experimenting stage anyway, because it's a case of getting the positions correct. Hmm. is just keep experimenting with it, innit? See what I can do with it. Right, let's try again. You don't know what will happen because that's the way it goes. That's fine there. The camera's a bit further back than what it should be, isn't it? What's happening? Check this bloody thing. Hmm. So I don't want to piss around with cameras. I don't want to be messing this one up. So push all that in. Now it's all friggin' wrong on that side now though. There, that assemble that. Let's see if that's made any difference. Probably won't have done. I'm going to have to reset because it's going to spawn me inside the collision trigger otherwise, and the collision blocker just blocks me through. So. That's out. That's where the car is. What is going on? Oh no, we triggered camera 4! No! There's no way to get back out because camera 3 don't bloody work. Am I stuck in the bloody collision? Collision's there, it's just not. Have to look at that bloody camera. Now I've seen you to have a door in here because that's another area where you can be going to. Fortunately, I've buggered this up because I don't have the collisions in for. Why the hell's that triggered then? How was that triggered? Oh, that's way out. Oh dear. Let me. There's definitely something up with the camera here, and I don't know what it is. It's not X. I'm gonna have to look at that in Maya and try and figure out what the hell the issue is with that. Okay then, so I need to do all zone data because apparently it's jumping the gun. Oh, because you're right there. Well, that makes sense. Right. Oh, we're gonna clash there. That's not good. I have to make this smaller, don't I? So I just want to push the bottoms up a bit. Just realised that. Probably best to push that back a bit actually. No, not that one. That one. Jeez, how many of these things are it clashing with, like? so that's that done. I'm gonna have to pee around with that camera now. At some point, won't be today. Won't be on today's stream anyway. Where the hell is my trigger? It's gonna have to be experimented with, isn't it? Although I couldn't think of it, we could have some zombies down here. Because it's this one complete block in it. So the block there would actually work there. Somehow, he says. Right, so that's all these collisions done. But that camera definitely needs to be looked at. Because I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to check it in Maya, see what position is there. Camera 3, isn't it? Okay, let's do comparison. Excuse me. Oh! So I get 6,000 or 82. So that should be matching up because that's the exact coordinates I've got, but it's not matching up, is it? Here it does this. Right, what about the aim? So 147, 234, 16. Again, excuse my stomach. That's the exact coordinates I've got. And that's the exact ones it's using in Maya, so why the hell? Oh, I don't know, I did set this one to 90, didn't I? That could be why it's not working. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at this in the next stream, I think. Oh, not in the next stream, because I'll be doing all the scripting, but I do need to look at this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end this stream here, I'm going to go and get something to eat. And I will continue with this stream at some point. Could be tomorrow, it could be the day after. Just want to get myself back into this again. So it probably will be the day after tomorrow. I'll update on the X feed and Blue Sky, but I won't be posting any of this on X for obvious reasons. So I'm not having an AI try and grab all of this and then it being used to, I don't know, build fucking things, because that's how I feel about AI at the moment. But that's just a completely different topic. So, got this room finally in. Just need to adjust and tweak this camera and try and figure out what the hell's going wrong with it, because I might have to adjust the camera angle entirely. I don't want to. Camera trigger zones are all working correctly. It's just getting the collisions to work, and then scripting is the next thing that needs to be done for this room. But I'll do that in the next stream. Excuse me. So, thank you for everybody who has watched this stream. Obviously, this is going to work with guidance stuff as well. This is just me getting the building blocks in, so that when we finally do get back onto that project, it's just a case of going what I've learned here and applying it all, and then it'll be done quicker if I'm up to scratch with all this stuff. So that's the way I see it anyway. So I'll see you all in the next crazy stream, and hopefully I'll have all this figured out by then, I hope.